Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aleksander Garbiński, and I'm part of this innovative high school project that is about to change your life. Have you ever wondered how great it would be if you could acquire a language without hundreds of hours spent in a classroom and thousands of hours spent in front of a course book? Now, if you have, but you haven't quite figured out how to do it, it's your lucky day, because today I'm going to show you how to master English without actually learning it. I would like to share with you my story, and I would like to show you how I got better without going abroad to study it and without actually taking part in courses past my primary school years. Now, I'm not unique in this particular thing because I've had students who did this better and faster than I did, and I'm pretty convinced you can do it even better than they. Now, what I would like to show you is something different from each and every one of us, but for me, it started with this. This is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master Guide. It's a book that I used with my friends to play a role-playing game called AD&D. Now, this book was printed in 1993, and I think I got my hands on it in 1994 when I was still in grade 5 or grade 6 of primary school, so pretty early on. Now, this is a classic role-playing game. This is pen, paper, and dice. That's everything you need to play it, and all the rules are included inside. Now, this book is not exciting at all. This is just a very colorful and fancy-looking cover, but inside it's just black ink on white paper with an occasional blue streak somewhere on the top in an illustration, right? Now, modern role-playing game books are fancy, colorful, high-quality paper, incredible print, and so on and so on. This one was just kind of dull when you think about it, but this changed my life. This made English the focal point of my career, and actually it made my career. It turned my hobby into my future. Now, why? Because in order to play this game, I had to look and get through the content of the book. In order to do that, I had to actually acquire quite a lot of language. I spent hours and hours sitting with a dictionary, with a brick-type dictionary, and poring over the pages, trying to figure out the contents of the book, trying to figure it out for the benefit of myself and my friends. Why? Because this was fun. This was not learning to me. This was not hard work. This was an incredible thing that I wanted to go back from school home and actually start doing it, reading through those bits and pieces, because this was what we enjoyed at that time. Me and my buddies, grade 6 and 7 of primary school, we were playing. I was creating adventures for them, and everything I needed was here inside. This is not even the best book, but we still did have a great time doing it. And I learned so much on my own, trying to work through the secrets in the book, as you can say, just for the purpose of fun with my friends. None of this was considered learning for me. Now, this is the secret for me, but the secret for you is going to be a little bit different. You're going to use a little bit different tool. The most important thing you have to remember, however, is that English in your life should not be a goal. English should be means of achieving a different goal. So how to do it? Cheat yourself. Cheat yourself and trick yourself into using English as a source, as a way to acquire information about a different hobby that you have. Now, yeah, that's basically it. Go and pursue a different hobby in your life. Just use English as a tool of doing it. If you are into history, go and look up a history channel in English that will provide you with fanciful information that will expand your knowledge, but you're just going to have it delivered in English, and you will learn so much more throughout it. If you're into traveling, go find a travel blog, read some travel blogs, or watch English language travel videos. There's plenty of them, right? If you're an environmentalist, go and find source of information about environment in English, right? There are hundreds of articles and videos online that you can use, right? YouTube is a perfect source of information for that. But maybe not. Maybe you're into journalism. Find an online journalist, an independent journalist that will deliver content in English. You're into cooking, there are hundreds of courses of cooking that you can have can follow in English, and most of them will easily have recipes that you can use in Poland even, right? Now, I'm not saying all these things to disparage Polish content creators, because you have huge amounts of content in Polish of very high quality. It's just the thing that you can kill two birds with one stone by following the same content in English, right? You can learn something new about the area of your interest, your hobby, and expand your vocabulary, the patterns of speaking, your grammar, just by listening to people and observing what they do in your target language, right? So now, think about Polish as a language used by about 40 million people, and English as something that's used by hundreds of millions of people professionally, and about, I don't know, 1.5 billion people around the world, because 20% people do speak English to some extent. There's so much more information you have available in English as a target language, as opposed to our mother tongue, right? Okay, one more thing that I think you will definitely appreciate if you are a gamer, for example, because I mentioned all the other things, history, traveling, environment, and so on, but quite a lot of us are gamers, right? If you are a gamer, you definitely have a tool in your hand that you can use to, first of all, improve your skills, second of all, to calm down your parents and show them that by playing your games, you're not only wasting your time, you're actually moving forward. This is how I did it. I did it from a paper-based game, but you can do it through a board game or a computer game as well. And it doesn't really matter on the game. Of course, if you play a game, text-heavy role-playing game, you're going to have a lot of reading, a lot of focusing on the text. But if you're playing a shooter or I don't know, a MOBA game of some sort, you will communicate with people online in English. That's the trick. Find a group that is English speaking. Don't go to Polish servers. Go to any other server, because in every other place they will be speaking English, right? So find buddies online that you can play with. Make sure that they speak English, even if they are not from Britain, even if they're not from the United States. They can be Germans that you will communicate in English with, or French or Russians. Anybody works as long as you have this target language. This is how my students mastered their language, and they achieved incredible results. Now, this will be something that's incredibly useful and powerful tool for learning for you, but there is one caveat here. If you play The Witcher, you have to play in Polish. This is the game that you definitely have to play in Polish, because it was designed with Polish language in heart, in mind, and definitely you would benefit most if you did this in our mother tongue. Now, this is my story and this is my secret. I know it sounds simple, but you'd be surprised how incredibly useful it is, how incredibly useful it will be for you. Now, there is one more thing I have for you, and is please join our webinar. Please meet me. I'm going to be there for you very, very soon. I would like to hear your questions. I would like to answer them. I would like to talk with you a little bit about how our school will look like, what you can expect. So make sure to join the webinar, sign up for a newsletter. This thing that we can create together is going to be incredible. I really hope to see you in September.